Welcome back to the #1 film podcast in the world. Your go-to place where movie-loving friends unpack the films we love, the films we hate, or the films that we love to hate. I am Oliver.
And I am Sparsh. Today, we're counting down the seconds, literally, with the new Regency thriller production, In Time. That's crazy, though. I really enjoyed watching movies that you've seen, like, so long ago, and then you watch them again as a completely changed person and grown up, and you're like, wow, this is still nice.
Yeah.
As
And you
time
see it in a
gone.
different world. Like, you relate to the characters in different ways. And also, if you're like, if you come back to this is less of a movie, but like a mystery movie where you're a little more intellectual and you're able to see, oh, that's how they're putting the pieces together, right? And you understand different references that are getting made. Yeah.
And I was broke when I was 12 years old.
Yeah. So, relating to the economy was definitely a little more relatable now.
Oh, shit. I won't survive a day.
It's like, hey, look, it's all those factory jobs they want back in America.
Right? That's crazy. That's so funny. Like, there have been, like, AI videos of, like, showing, like, North Americans working in factories now.
Yeah.
And it just, like, fat. Slobbering people eating hot dogs and greasy. And they're just, AI generated.
Slop. Well, I saw a statistic the other day that a very small portion of people, I want to say it was like 1 in 20, don't quote me on it. It was a passing piece of information. I heard it on Times podcast, but it was something like 1 in 20 people are actually qualified to like earn a position in new manufacturing jobs here in the States.
Oh, yeah?
And that's like a serious fucking problem. Anyway, this isn't a politics podcast. You saw it 4 times. When was the most recent?
Yesterday.
Oh, that's a stupid answer. I like that. What was the second to last time?
Second to last time? I think it was probably 6 months ago when I was still living at the previous house.
Recent. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I really like this movie. And not because it has the social message. I like it for just because it's like a fun movie with a nice concept.
Great concept.
Yeah, like the time on the hand.
And that's the currency. Of the world. And it's like you get a year when you're 25. You stopped aging genetically. Cillian Murphy had gray hairs, so I have a problem with that. It was very subtle, but it was there.
So, as far as what we know about the system, it wasn't that this was like a medicine or something. I really want to say this is like COVID vaccine. But no, it was not. But it was like people naturally just happened to wake up one day having a clock on their hand. And everybody who was 25 and older just had 1 day.
1 year.
I think it's 1 day.
It was 1 year. No, you're born with a year. Remember later in the movies, like we had spent it in a week because we were so far behind on bills. And then his friend's wife is like, yeah, look at all that. I wish we could spend it now.
True. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, so say 1 year. He's living day by day. Right? That does make sense, because imagine all the rich people just had like 1 day. Like, how do you get richer?
They just get it from someone else. Yeah, it's like you go out and party on your fucking birthday, and you forget to go home first.
Oh, man.
Dead.
That's a nightmare, imagine.
Survival of the fittest.
That's, I think, the theme of the movie. Just trying to... It's the worst argument that they could have made, and I guess 2011, coming out of 2008 recession, getting like a really nice narrative against capitalism, right? Because everybody's just running every day trying to pay their bills and running out of time to do things they want to do. But
and resources.
In here, it's flipped, where you're not running out of money, you're actually running out of time. And I think that's a pretty big perspective of how many people like really like are fulfilling their lives, and you'll often see like somebody will have like a life altering situation or an accident, and then they take that step to go, oh, I'm gonna change my life and live more for myself than for my work, for my friends, for everything. Do you have any suggestion why that would be?
It touches on you're talking about like the relation to the like commentary on modern society, or like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I think it touches on the idea of like working to live or living to work. Like how many people just have to spend so much of their life just so that they get enough money to pay their bills. And the entire, like, people living in the ghetto, it's literally just that. You go to work, you get enough to live for the day just to go to work and get that. And you're just keeping yourself alive.
Yep.
They had a line in the movie where the poor die and the rich don't live. And so, like, the people also at the end who are born with everything, who have access to everything, don't actually really get to live because they're too afraid to take the risk. But they also don't have that sense of accomplishment of having earned it, right?
Yeah.
They don't have that. They don't have a purpose in life. When your whole life is enjoyment that you never had to struggle for or strive for, you don't really get the enjoyment out of it, right?
Yeah. It's more money, more problem.
More money, more problems.
Or more money, no problem. Right?
I broke.
Yeah, it's more money.
More money.
No problem.
I thought you said more money. I thought you said literally the same thing twice.
I said both.
Okay.
Yeah.
More money, no problems.
More money, more problems.
More
so if
money,
you're rich,
more
you have more
problems.
problems. If you're poor, you have more problems.
No money, more problems.
More money, no problems. Oh my God. This is why you hit your child. This is the right time.
I don't know why that's so hard for me.
If you have more money,
no problems.
Don't talk. Don't talk. If you have more money, you will have more problems.
More money, more problems.
If you have more money, you will also have no problems.
Yeah, so you're saying the same thing, but just with two different endings.
No, I'm saying the complete...
More money, no problems. More money, more problems.
Yeah, if you have...
That's why I'm confused.
Exactly, because that's the whole debate about kind of like, things like this is like, when you have money, when people say, right, like, does money buy happiness? Right? Do you think people who are living in, like, I think it's Dayton? Is the
Greenwich? New Greenwich?
No, that's the rich people.
Oh yeah, they call it the ghetto.
Okay,
Dayton,
sure.
Yeah, sure.
It is
District 12, Hunger Games.
It's Skid Row in LA.
It's Skid Row in LA. Really,
no, that's where it is shot.
Yeah. I was wondering if it was in California. Yeah,
it is majorly like most around LA.
Yeah.
We've been through a lot of the places, especially like the end one where they're going up the bank.
Yeah.
And that's the court house in LA that we saw.
Okay, but it was enlarged on screen. It must have been. It was.
So all of New Greenwich is all VFX.
Yeah.
There's
thought so.
Even when he arrives for the first time and there are people walking out and opening doors, that's all VFX.
Yeah, no shit.
There's not a single human being except for him inside the car and his driver inside the car.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. What a shortcut. What was the budget of the movie? Probably fucking. They had one nice car and really shitty CGI crash.
Do you want to guess?
I know the number.
You know the number?
I know the number.
Awesome. 40 million.
It was 40 million.
I
saw
like that.
But they don't really need much of a movie. They do have a lot of people. They had a lot of extras in this. Okay cast.
I like the cast so much.
Yeah.
I love Cillian Murphy there. For some reason, I think this is around the time where Justin Timberlake used to be part of One Direction. No.
Which was
a band? In Sync. Yeah, In Sync. Yeah, it's a band. And
One Direction.
People like he was pretty popular during when this movie came out. So the writers actually decided to do like a different universe, so they can kind of like, if they just show him like on Earth, they didn't want him to have his like he's a pop star personality. They wanted to be like, oh, this is a
I
random
see what you're
person.
saying. Well, I don't know if it came. I don't know if it came directly out of it. One of my things I was thinking was this was like kind of his first like maybe more serious role as an actor. A couple years after he gets the Social Network, and so when I saw him in this,
Social Network's not. It's more of a much smaller. Like he's there in the second half of the movie, probably like 10 scenes. Like he comes in the end as
but he's
the
a
investor.
legitimate actor, right? He
He
was
can
given a
act.
solo role.
He
Well,
can
all right,
act.
yeah. So
he
he
can
was
definitely act.
he was taken on as a legitimate actor.
Yeah.
He was given a legitimate role. You know,
100%.
I mean, that's a movie with a really big fucking cast.
Yeah,
and
he's
a
definitely
really
talented.
big budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not the best actor. But
Yeah,
I feel
but
like this was
talented.
his first real movie after, like, you know, a good, 5-7 years out of the public scene? What would that have been? 2005? Early 2000s? When did NSYNC become irrelevant?
I have no idea. I never listened to a song
nor,
from them.
nor did I. I just
Yeah.
remembered not liking him and then really enjoying this movie.
Yeah.
And I always associated, like, a 5 to 7 year gap where I disliked him because he was present in my mind, because he was a present person in culture.
Yeah,
that was a good song.
what I was getting at too was with more money, more problems.
Oh yeah, back to that shitstorm. All right, so more money, more problems. Yes, continue.
But
with
at
your
the same time, when you have money, you don't have problems because you can solve a lot of your problems by having money,
I
right?
agree.
And it's like, well, why don't they teach that in school and teach about having a healthy balance of things?
Because they're trying to suppress the masses so the rich can stay rich and maintain power.
Yeah,
They
I think
want us dumb and reliant.
they want us good employees.
Yeah. Work a 9-to-5 job.
I need a job. I'm a great employee. Okay, so we have our opening scene. I think very simple, basic. I don't think something's crazy about the opening. One thing I did like about the opening was the theme.
What happens in the opening?
It just zooms out of the clock on his hand.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He wakes up. He gives
yeah.
his monologue about what's going on. Everybody just woke up one day. He's
I don't have time to ask question. Ask how it happened. Yeah.
And what do you call it? He's 28. His mom,
50.
Olivia day
Wilde.
over 23. Yeah, Olivia Wilde.
Yeah.
She's great. Then he kind
One
of
of my favorites.
You know one thing that's really fun. When he's walking out, right? He's going to work.
Yeah. And she gives him the time.
No,
For lunch?
not even that. That's
Because that kills her.
Yeah, that's the plot, and that is a very big point about like that 30 minutes that she gives him, is absolutely crazy, and that's what kills her. But on top of that, she's got this question where she asks him when he's like, "Oh, like you've been 25 for the 25th
25
time."
for 25, yeah.
Right. For a slowpokes, that's 50 years. You gotta help, right? But when he tells her that, and then she's like, "Oh, you should I should expect a grandchild by now."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh no, come on, mom." And then she's like, "Oh well, I know my friend, her daughter. She's like barely like 26." And it just how even in a alternative universe they have mothers asking the most mother questions of like, when am I gonna have a grandchild, huh?
Well, of course. She could die any fucking day.
And
She
you want to
wants
bring a
see that
grandchild to
baby.
that world?
Well, there's a lot of people asking that question these days. Would you bring a child into that world? If you were poor, if you were in Will's position, would you want to have? I mean, yeah, his point of like, who has time to have a fucking relationship? Like,
right.
how do you do that? And then how do you bring that kid in there? How would you be able to provide for it?
Right.
You don't have enough to have more than a day for yourself.
Self.
Yeah.
And I think that's really interesting is like, how much time did he waste on sex to have that baby? Like, was it worth the investment?
I had that thought when he just spends the first like 30 seconds after he wakes up at the start of the movie, just like looking out the window. I'm like, chop, chop, gonna fucking die.
Gotta go.
Get to it.
Gotta go. The mom dying. I also really hated the bus driver in that scene. Can I just say that if you're a bus driver and you're not allowing a passenger, given that the passenger has been kind, but you're being, I'm gonna stick to the rules, you deserve to get hit by another bus.
Well,
every time I've seen that on TransLink, whenever the bus driver tells no, but when they deny that, I feel like it's just like you're going there anyways. You're probably gonna go for like half an hour max.
well, you need rules in a system. Why should it fall on the bus driver to break the rule because they didn't plan accordingly?
Oh, because it's not affecting the bus driver, really, does it?
Well, it affects the system that they rely on. If they're losing the money from those people, if those people are riding without paying, and that becomes an accepted habit, an accepted behavior, and then that system operates at a loss, those people lose jobs, and then the entire city loses access to the system. One of the reasons I'm from New York. One of the reasons there are so many issues with the MTA system. I mean, I love public transit here, but the MTA system loses millions of dollars every single fucking year, and that's why they don't have money to clean the tracks. That's why it's understaffed. That's why it's dangerous. That's why it smells. That's why it's hot. That's why we don't get new systems. That's why we wait 15 minutes every time we're going over the fucking Brooklyn Bridge. Right here, I wait, 7 minutes for a train. It comes on time every fucking time. And you know what? I pay for the bus every fucking time I get on because it's a system I use and it's a system that
you
works.
should be paying. But when there's an 80-year-old grandma carrying 2 Costco
50.
cargos.
Oh, God.
Huh? No,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In real life, that's what I see in Vancouver.
Yeah, and fuck then her, she can fucking pay for the bus too.
Okay.
Well, why?
Well, then you also deserve to get hit by a bus.
Okay, but then if she can't afford to, why isn't she paying for the bus? Why isn't she paying for the bus?
Well, she might have a problem. She might be on disability or some other reason that she cannot afford to pay that $315 that one time.
Then we should address the flaws inherent in the system to allow her to be able to pay for it. But it shouldn't fall on the bus driver to either enforce or not enforce.
So what you're talking about is instead of just solving the problem of allowing every now and then, you just look for more problem.
Well, no, I'm saying that if you have a system that,
do you think if that grandma doesn't pay, TransLink would shut down?
No, we should let the grandmother on. But I'm arguing from the logic of the rules and the systems that are in place for good reason. And if we are operating in a system where there is an allowance of those rules and it is acceptable to frequently break those, then the more it happens and the system crumbles. True. I think we could all agree that there should be an allowable standard deviation from the general rule set that lets the fucking grandmother get on, or you get on when you occasionally forget your card, right? Or, even lets the homeless people ride it, right?
Yeah.
Because they have to too.
Right? Well, homeless people always ride for free.
They always fucking
Why don't they stop
free.
Homeless people?
But, with that being said, it should also be okay for the bus drivers to occasionally say no to those people.
But why don't they
because
never stop the homeless people to get on?
Well, sometimes they do, right?
I've never, especially all
when
the buses, all the night buses.
When they're fucking being belligerent, they never kick them off.
But most of the time they're there with their pants down and just...
That happens a lot.
Right.
Well, that's why I also say it shouldn't fall on the bus driver to have to enforce them. And so then again, this comes back to... It's less of the transit issue. It's more of society failing so much to the point where we have this many homeless people.
No, this is... overthinking about this. I'm just not talking about the system. I'm not talking about Translink. I'm talking about the specific bus driver who, on any day, can choose. Like, if somebody cuts you on traffic, you can choose to not roll down your windows and yell at him.
I see what you're saying. So you're saying, fuck this guy because he was being a dick. He didn't let her on when you kind of could have, and it would have been the difference between her dying or not. Yes, I agree. When I watched that scene, and it was like, but buddy, if you don't let her on, she's going to die. And his response was, you better start running. I agree. Dick move.
Right. Because you can end up, like, getting late for, like, a job interview, and you're like, oh, I gotta get a bus, and you don't have your card, and the bus driver's like, sorry, no fare, no ride.
Well, in that situation, you should have been fucking prepared for your job interview.
Okay. Yeah, I guess.
Right? Yeah. That's why it's give and take. It's give and take. She got shafted. And so the system played against her. Guy should have recognized that.
Well, no, then she shouldn't have deposited the loan money without having a ticket to go home.
Well, she had planned to have
the price does go up.
The price did go up, and the bus driver chose to act the way he did in recognition of that fact, and that's why I say fuck the bus driver.
Fuck the bus driver. Cool. How many times have you seen it?
Oh, but then after I've seen this movie, I think the same 4 or 5. But I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2-hour walk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long of a run is that?
A 2-hour walk. How long of a run?
Yeah.
I have no clue.
How much time is it going to take? If you say you have a 2-hour walk ahead of you, and you decide you have to run for your life to not die, how long is it going to take you running to make that 2-hour walk?
Probably an hour.
She had an hour and a half. And her son was running towards her.
True. But does she live?
No, she dies.
No, does she live an hour away from?
Well, the bus, what I'm saying is she's getting on that bus. It's a 2-hour walk for her to get home. She has an hour and a half left.
Mm-hmm. But
she would have made it. Pardon?
She's in heels.
The fact that she didn't take off her fucking shoes pissed me off so much. Take off your fucking shoes. But she should have made that run. And so my point with that is for a movie that is based on time, they kind of fuck up on a couple of the scenes that relate to time.
But that scene with the mom running, I do find like, have you seen adults run in real life?
She's 25.
So, have you seen 25-year-olds, like, adults? Like, I'm not talking about people who, like, generally, like, move.
I will
but,
respond to that comment
average.
with 3 comments.
Yeah.
She was fit.
Yeah.
She lives where people run.
Yeah.
Because they're always fucking running. One of the main themes in the movie, everyone's fucking running in the ghetto, right? She can fucking run. Look at how well her son runs.
Yeah.
Right? And what was my third point?
Doesn't mean she's running.
Do I see adults run? She was fit. Everyone's fucking running. And I forgot my third point. Should have been able to fucking make it. For her fucking life. Yeah, and yeah, that was the third point I was going to... When you watch her run, she looks like she knows how to run. They also display it as her having run the entire time. Like the entire hour and a half, they displayed her as running. True. So I call cap. Anyway. I've seen the movie 4 times.
Yeah.
This was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed this. Do you know who wrote this movie? Who one of the writers were who the writers were for this movie?
Yes, it is let me see. It was Andrew Niccol. He's like the writer, director, and the producer.
So I felt this movie had some really good fucking lines in it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this movie because I had gone to it to appreciate the last couple times I watched it just to appreciate the like concept again, and like I was also coming back to it like you said after like 3-4 years where I was a little older and I wanted to kind of watch it with more like awareness. This time I knew the movie, I knew what was going to happen, so I could kind of just appreciate the small things a little bit more. And I really quite enjoyed watching this movie. He wrote The Truman Show. Okay, interesting. Because I thought, oh, he also did Gattaca. This does have you've not seen Gattaca.
Gattaca, no.
Yeah.
I think this is his like third sci-fi film he ever did.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be really good. I think The Truman Show is his like highest rated work.
The Witches?
The Truman Show.
Yeah. Oh, I mean that movie's. You've seen The Truman Show,
No.
right? Oh my
God!
God! Do you know the real world reference when Truman hits the wall?
Nope.
Oh man, you have to go watch that movie. I mean, even if to understand that reference.
You know he got sued, and the production
Andrew
company as well.
Did he really? What for?
Copy infringement by somebody. I think it was. I think I have the name here. Harlan Ellison. He had written like a book, and not a book, a short story. And in the short story, there is a dystopian world where time is the currency, and it is taken by punishment. And so yeah, there's like a huge, what do you call it, like a lawsuit to stop the release of the movie a month before when it was coming out.
No shit.
Yeah.
How'd they get past it? Did they just delay the suit? Did they just send it to appeal?
No,
or
it was like bullshit.
they just said, fuck you, we're doing it anyway?
No, the suit was basically under the Copyright Infringement Act. How do I describe this? It's like you can't copy what they've done with the idea, but you can copy the idea itself. So for example, Star Wars, you can't make a film with Darth Vader and Yoda, but you can make Star Wars side films as much as you want.
Yeah. Or you can make, a space rebellion.
Yeah.
A movie about a space rebellion. Yeah,
Exactly.
I've never seen Star Wars, so that's the best I can do. That's the best
How
reference
do you watch
to
that?
I can make. Pardon?
You need some Star Wars.
We'll get that on the.
And
we'll get
you'll
that in
watch
here
Star Wars and think
eventually.
about why you should hit your child because they hit their kids.
Do they hit their kids in
No,
Star
they
Wars?
don't, and that's why he
Good. You know
becomes
what?
Anakin Skywalker.
I like Star Wars now. Okay, so he meets Henry Hamilton in a bar. Dude's got 116 years, which also, by the way, apparently he was worth thousands of years. But I'm not gonna touch on
You
that.
don't carry all your money in your pocket.
That's fair.
Like that guy had
Yeah.
like eons in the safe, so he
People do have banks
because he also like was a man of inheritance.
Speaking of safe,
Yeah.
do you think at the end of the movie they have $1 million? His first million, they have it in that big fucking safe, and it's just. Do you think like when he was installing that safe, was it just symbolic, or like it was the director's choice to just make it symbolic? I feel like that was more.
Could you just have that one thing in that big safe?
Yeah, I feel like the director probably chose to make the connection there of like the giant safe, but like you see later it just like wasn't necessary. I was thinking like if I had $1 million that can fit on one of those things, I'm gonna hide that in like the fucking floor or something, or in like the park. I'm gonna go bury that shit in the ground somewhere.
See, I think
why have it in a very clear, obvious location?
I think that's rich people don't have that fear.
Yeah.
Right? They're not. I mean, maybe they're more paranoid than we are about people trying and taking our money.
I know he had enough of a fear to have a giant fucking safe in his house.
Right. But I think for them it is more about like this is my possession and this is my value and that one thing. I think that's a really good shot because you have such a big environment, but the thing of value is so small and it's just shown in the center and you just see the 1 0 0 0 0 0 and until now you don't really come across like somebody either having so much time or like and you're like holy shit this guy, and then he ends up being the person who becomes responsible for flipping over the system because they take his millions away and then he's broke.
Yeah. I like your thought on that.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Okay, so let's in term play by play in terms of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like concept wise, I loved it. In
Yeah.
terms of development of the story, how do you feel it does?
As the story goes, I'm a big fan. I think from the beginning when he wakes up, uh, a there's no dead moment in the movie,
Mm.
right? Something or the other is always going on. Things are again tying to the theme of time. It's like always moving forward, right? He's here, then he's in the at work, then he's at the bar, then he's back at a home, gets the century, goes to New Greenwich, and then he comes back out to the ghettos, then goes back again. It's like, yeah, we'll just, rob there. So at all times, and plus you have the timekeeper who's kind of like what we feel like we have someone who's like in our head, like, oh, we got to do this, we got to do this, we got to do this, and it's like somebody who's just catching up to you at all times, and he's like almost just there. And when he just gets there, and it's like when Killian
Dies.
Murphy, spoilers, dies, it's kind of realization of like, oh, you kept up this whole time, and you finally, you keep telling yourself all these things of like, oh, I'm going to do this after I'm done with this, I'm going to do this after I'm done with this task, and you keep putting things away from yourself, and when you finally feel that you've reached, it might be too late.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Killian Murphy's death. But yeah, man, and I think Justin Timberlake did great role of like kind of carrying the pace of the movie. I think his expressions, his body language, especially when he reaches like New Greenwich for the first time and he's a little bit paced.
Yeah. I loved the way that they introduced. So I felt like when he shows up and they've got the daughter, she's getting in the car, she sees him, he's running, he gets out of the car and he just immediately starts running. Yeah. I felt like that 15 seconds of film really forced. I felt like that was just poorly done.
Yeah.
But when the waitress comes over to him, gives him the bill, and she's like, "You're not from around here." And it's like, "You can tell." She's like, "Yeah, you just do everything a little too fast." I thought the way that they introduced that was really, really well done.
Not everything. I do it fast too.
Yeah. Gave her a week. How much do you think the suite was?
It was, I think.
The room was 2 months. I was wondering how much you think the suite was.
Probably a year.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Because
I mean,
felt like he was spending money a little recklessly.
Why not? That's kind of
What happened to don't waste my time?
Huh? No,
it's been 2 days. He's like, give me a suite. Yeah, fuck you.
He doesn't know how long he has with this.
Yeah,
he's just like going crazy. He's like
enjoying it.
And
yeah, but I also agreed with the sentiment that it was about overpopulation, right? We figured out a way to make the human theoretically immortal, right? For all intents and purposes, we've prevented humans from being able to die of age or illness, right? And now that we have that, we can't just keep birthing people. So we need population control. We need a way for people to die, or in this case, be killed.
Talking about societal and talking about cost of living, there was one point which is really hilarious. First of all, we get to meet Leonard Hofstadter.
Oh yeah, fucking gotta love that. Gotta love that.
Who's played by Johnny Gillette as Burrell. Right? I think that was nice.
Fucking alcoholic.
Bro.
With a black wife.
Bro, what? That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And also, how much...
And he was so believable. Like, the first second I saw him, I was like, I totally believe he's that character.
Yeah. Marcus reminds me a lot of him.
It does really.
Yeah, when I see him and I see like, oh my god, that's like Marcus. That's kind of, I think definitely played a role because I watched a lot of Big Bang Theory during this year, like this time period, because I was studying maybe a little bit later on, like 2013-14, I was studying like for my board examinations, like 10th exams.
Mm.
And so between my study period, all I used to do was binge Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, that would have been a crazy time to see that, because I think I watched Big Bang Theory like. I don't even think I made the connection that it was him the first couple of times I saw this. Like when I was watching it, yesterday, I said to myself, "Oh shit, it's it's Leonard, it's Jared Galecki." But I think you remembered consciously saying, "Holy shit, it's him," when you had been watching him, and that would have been fucking crazy.
Yeah. And it's like moments like these that kind of made me kind of respect actors a little bit more, because okay, I think it's probably my biggest red flag. I look at something and be like, I can do it. But with
I know how to do that.
Exactly. And in time you will learn.
That's 5.
But yeah, when you get the opportunity. Oh, shit! I that joke got me. My last.
Leonard,
the actors, right?
Yeah,
When you get those actors who are doing so many different roles, and oftentimes you'll see like actors who are always on TV, but then they're also doing movies every now and then, and that's really cool because I hadn't seen the movie, but I had seen Big Bang Theory for a time period, and so I was like, oh, this is like a character that I've seen, and for my young feeble mind it was like, oh, this is a character who's doing this, and he's a scientist. Sick. And then when I saw In Time, and then I see him do, wait, he's not a scientist.
It's like, oh shit, and so but one of the reasons I have an issue with Justin Timberlake, and I don't think he's a great actor, is because anytime I watch a movie where Justin Timberlake is acting, it looks like Justin Timberlake trying to act as that person.
I don't think he's naturally an actor.
No, I don't think he is. But like,
I only
Amanda
also like
Seyfried?
2 of his songs.
Pardon?
I only like 2 of his songs.
I don't think I can name 2 of his songs.
It was like Mirrors and What Goes Around Comes Back Around.
That's a song?
Yeah.
I thought that was just saying. I don't know either of those songs. I know it's not 5 on it. No, that's 50.
That's 50 Cent.
Yeah, that's 50 Cent.
Also Maroon 5. Maroon 5 has a 5
they have 5 on it. I I hate that joke. No, what's Baby Come Back, or is it Baby's Justin
Backstreet
Bieber?
Boys?
No, but NSYNC. Maybe it's,
I don't know NSYNC.
Maybe I'm thinking of Backstreet Boys. Maybe I'm thinking they have a song, but it's like the fucking song. It's like their song. Na 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 na. I want it that way.
Backstreet Boys.
That's Backstreet Boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. There you go. Yeah. I hated pop music. I still do.
I think I agree. I've never I haven't been listening to music recently. I've just been doing some videos, just trying to see how this works.
A lot of podcasts lately.
A lot of podcasts.
How do you like the daughter?
Daughter?
Yeah.
Amanda
Seyfried.
Seyfried.
Yeah.
Oh, great. This cast have done another movie, I think, together. I don't remember which one, but it's like all 4 of them, like Olivia Wilde, Justin Timberlake, Seyfried, and I think Cillian Murphy as well.
What are the fourth band? Oh, yeah. Really?
Yeah. I don't remember, but when I was searching on Google about this movie, I saw
Good
like that's. I love the cast. Oh,
how do you feel about Emma Stone as the daughter? Too quirky.
Yeah.
Too quirky. I actually felt Seyfried did a great job. Especially, I felt like the way she evolved as a character, and then like just held her role. I also think that was a lot with costume design. I think costume design played a really good job. It did a really good job at like creating the character, creating a persona for the character.
Yeah. She's got like great outfits. Yeah, but she has that switch, right? Like in the middle of the movie, like even when you, when I'd first seen it a couple of times, I always thought that from the beginning, she's just this like rebellious child, and then wants to get in trouble for that, and really just believes that whatever Will is doing is correct. But in fact, there's like a switch that happens, and that's really interesting to watch because I think until she loses her time, she doesn't value anything Will is saying, right? When they get,
I think
like,
that you're right. That's
upset.
kind of when that happens. Yeah. And the scene at the end when they infiltrate her father, and she surrenders to her father, and she just like drops her gun up. Hi, daddy. And
Daddy.
it really had like the Harley Quinn vibe. Like I
Yeah.
felt like she came into that role really, really well. It was kind of Bonnie and Clyde-ish, the whole thing.
That's
it's
something
totally
I
Bonnie
was
and
definitely
Clyde.
agreed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but hey, they did better. Bonnie and Clyde died.
Well, we don't know if I heard they're coming out with a second. Did you confirm this? Because I don't know
No.
if what I was seeing was bullshit or not.
No, I haven't seen.
But I think that there might actually be a second one
Yeah,
coming out at
Bonnie
the
and
end of
Clyde too.
2025. It was like you know these YouTube channels that do like fan made trailers where it's like they kind
Yeah.
of take bits and pieces. I always hate those because they always get me for the first 20 seconds, but it's also
Man.
kind of cool, but then it's just like I wish I actually had that.
So annoying.
Yeah.
Those always, because I'm a Marvel fan, and making Marvel fake trailers is so much easier because you can just put sci-fi shit of like multiverse here, multiverse there, and be like bah, 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 bah. And then put the tune in and put Robert Downey Jr. It's crazy.
How do you think he's gonna do as Victor Doom?
I hope good. I hope. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think eventually I would want to do a series where I watch the whole Avengers.
Sure, I just did that a few months ago. When was the last new Marvel movie you saw?
Latest was Deadpool Wolverine.
Okay, before that.
Like
I would say like not a continuation of like so we had all of the franchises that were around and like built up through Endgame, and then like Deadpool continued after. I feel like they
Spider-Man continued after.
Yeah, they did new Spider-Man.
Guardians of the Galaxy continued after.
Yeah.
Thor continued after.
Lame. Actually, the third Thor was good.
Yeah,
I thought
third
the
Thor
third
was,
floor was good.
quite
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, the fourth one, Love and Thunder, I think, was really bad.
I don't even think I saw. Oh, that's where the girl comes back.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I've seen a clip.
If you bring somebody like actor capable like Natalie Portman
into your franchise.
She was already in the franchise.
Yeah.
Right?
Go on, finish your thought.
When you bring her back, you can't disrespect her, or at least that's what I see it as, like, of her just being given this like really bad cheap CGI suit and the hammer that breaks apart and comes back together.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's
why it was like 250 million, because they have to CGI edit each frame of where each fragment is and do that, and then it goes. And not only Natalie Portman, but also what's his name, Christian Bale. Christian Bale was in the movie, and he
in Love and Thunder.
In Love and Thunder, he was the main antagonist who's being given like all the, what do you get it? He's like the dying guard or something.
Okay.
More like a panhandler on Hastings. He's just like, give me power.
Well, that's my problem with the whole franchise. I mean, they can just throw money at it and make a shitty movie. Like a movie with that cast and that much money, as well as that much backing, it shouldn't be a shitty movie.
What do you think about this movie? In time, made using 40 million. How much do you think it covered on the box office?
I would like to know how. I would think they made good movie at the start, because I think it was a really captivating concept. And it's Justin Timberlake, and like I said, But I feel like they probably didn't make continuous money. I feel like after the first couple weeks in box office, they probably did poorly because I don't think it was a great movie for a lot of reasons. But even though I really enjoy it, 76 million.
How do you feel about 176 million?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
really happy about that.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Now, one crazy thing about that is
That's 4x. That's more than 4x. Almost 4.5x.
yeah, it's amazing. And for like a movie and like a small size, I won't say it's like 40 million's a lot, but like a smaller size budget film making that return, I think for a director and a producer, it's like really nice. Best being they're both the same guy, so that he doesn't have to pay the other person.
Yeah.
Also, what was really interesting was that domestically, this movie did worse in North America than internationally. So out of that 176, I think almost $146,000 is all international sales.
You mean million?
Million,
146
yeah,
million?
146 million.
I buy that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That maybe it's because it's such a relatable concept. Like everyone can kind of understand what it is. You've also got probably what was a world-renowned face at that point.
You're right.
And Justin Timberlake coming into screen.
What do you think the reason might be that a movie like this just does a lot better internationally? Clearly made it to a place like India.
Well, I think we're going.
But then it does. Actually, I do want to rethink my question because it makes sense. Because when they're doing it, no, actually, yeah, I do want to ask that question. Like, why a movie like this does so much better? Evidently, not just by a little bit, but like almost 3-4 times more, better than say here in U.S. or Canada.
I have a couple thoughts. I would want to know how typical it is for a lot of movies, maybe within the same caliber or just in general, for them to do in different markets. I would also want to see what countries, because it might be like, I don't know, was it largely grossing in Europe or was it largely grossing in like fucking India? Like you said, it got marketed in India. I would want to know if they did a lot of marketing in foreign countries. Maybe halfway through making this, they decided, hey, this isn't going to do super well in, just NA, or maybe they realized that it was going to do bigger, so they do a ton of marketing out there. Marketing's cheaper out there. They can reach more people for less. I think there's some of those reasons. I think that one of the reasons it might not have done as well in the States, and the reason why I felt like it might have done really good at the start and then fell off is because I just don't think the story as a whole, or the film as a whole, I don't think it was well done. I think it was a really entertaining concept. I felt it was well cast, and I actually felt it was well written. I really enjoyed the score. I thought the elements, but when it came to the strength of the concept and like how it was delivered, I felt as a cohesive whole had a lot of systemic flaws in it, kind of in the same way that like season 8 of Game of Thrones did, when all of a sudden people are just fucking teleporting, right? Like the way, for example, a movie that was based around time, they made a lot of errors around time, right? They had a lot of forced scenes to develop the exposition, to develop the storyline that didn't make sense. Like they ended up, the two of them go back to the ghetto after he kidnaps her. So they managed to cross all those time zones without any issue. XYZ a little bit later when they have to go back and they need to stop the limo. They stop a limo with a super rich woman in the ghetto. Like she never would have fucking been there.
But they did use a cop car and they just like pull over the next random car that comes
on the
by.
highway in the ghetto.
Why
was she in the ghetto?
Why was Henry Hamilton in the ghetto?
Well, Henry Hamilton went to the ghetto to die.
But remember when you see them, when you see Will and his friend when they go to work the first day, and then you see a dead body, and they're like, oh, this, now they show up in the broad daylight, right? So and then you have that guy in a suit standing over him.
Well, that was an official person working. That wasn't a woman coming to party on the town.
So it's not like people are not going to ghetto to do business. Even like the worst parts of like Hastings, we almost bitch.
Yeah, but she wasn't. Well, she didn't strike me as a businesswoman. But okay, in terms of one of those things, and then like some of the other where they even at the very end. Oh well, he does mention he has
another thing where the cab driver, when he comes and picks him the first time, tells him we don't usually come and pick up this far away, but that does tell you that people
and again,
do
they
come.
do sometimes. Okay, sure.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's a good movie in any sense. I think there are a lot of flaws, but yeah, I just wanted to.
Yeah. So I think like in apart from the flaws that I felt were there, I think one of the reasons why it might not have done as well in North America is because I did feel it had some of those systemic errors. It had some of those systemic flaws. And I feel like it would have gotten a lot of attention like leading up to it because really cool concept, really cool cast. People go, does well, and then does poorly in North America. Why it does well in foreign markets, I would need to know more about the foreign markets they were in and how much they did for advertising.
Talking about domestic markets, do you want to know what the Rotten Tomato scores were?
I really do. Oh man, I don't imagine them being very good. I don't want to go. I think the critics are going to give it below a 60. I'm sitting anywhere between like 57, 63 critic score, and probably like 65 audience score. I personally think it's higher, but
audience. Yeah. And how much was critic?
57 to 63 critic. I want, but
67 to 73.
No, sorry, 57. More money, more problems.
57.
All right, fine. 59% critic.
59% critic, and
I feel like 67 audience.
67.
Because I want there to be more of a spread there.
Okay. Drum roll. Let's see. Critics. We have a critic score of 36%.
Oh, fucking brutal.
And
I had 63.
And an audience score of 51.
I mean, just fucking slammed.
Yeah.
36?
Yeah.
What did they... There'd be less surveillance in the ghetto. It would make sense that there'd be less functioning systems in the ghetto, but since the whole movie is about like monitoring and making sure they've got a good control over the ghetto, I also feel like there would be more surveillance or more efficient surveillance, or at least more than is displayed in this issue. But again, it also comes to my point of like, if that camera works just a little bit better, if the timekeepers manage to find one other camera in the environment, then the whole story falls apart because they know that Will is, innocent. He said area there.
I think so. One thing they've done is, if you notice, there's a shift in the angles and the color grading they've done for scenes that show the ghetto versus the scenes that show New Greenwich.
I didn't notice that. But
so New Greenwich is like a little bit more green and bluish, and ghetto is like how they do, like, I don't know, Mexico and Breaking Bad, just like the yellowish filter.
Normal lighting.
I mean, honestly, like going back to LA when we did, I think this is pretty much what it is. You have people who live in Malibu, which is New Greenwich, where it's shot, and then you have Skid Row, which is the ghetto. And it's like, this is pretty much the reality right now.
It did feel very, very close to our experience there. Yeah, I have to say.
Just seeing that duality of lives. And that's something really insane that comes in like metro cities. That duality is seen like even more.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we get a lot of that here, but at least in like real world cities, they're side by side, right? You still walk by the homeless guy in the street, right? And so this is much more like insular. Okay, so who wins that point? It's 3-2 right now, so you know you might taste this.
What is the point again?
So 4-2,
You can
4-2.
use to refresh my memory.
The point is that for a system that is so reliant on surveillance
Securities?
and control and
Yeah.
security, there seems to be pretty shitty camera setups throughout the movie.
No, I'll take that point. Because I think that point of like where they show whenever he's in New Greenwich, they're easily able to track him on camera.
You're right, they're way more high quality. Yeah. And they're
Compared
able
to
to
the
zoom
ghetto.
in and yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think
Okay. I'm still mad about the fact that if they find one other camera in that area, the movie doesn't happen. I'm mad about that, but I'll give you the point because I think you made good points there.
Yeah.
Okay. So the line I believe you two have already met is a stupid line.
I mean, I'll be very honest.
Just give me the point.
No, I'll give you the point. The point's yours. The point's yours.
It's a stupid line.
But I'll tell you, like me, when I meet somebody for the first time, I'll be like, nice to meet you. But when that person has again come in front of me, I'm meeting them again, and I'll tell them again.
Do you say, I believe we've already met?
Let me get this. I say, nice to meet you.
The second time?
Yeah.
Why do you do that? That's called autism.
It's called psyching and asserting dominance.
You say it twice?
Multiple times. I'll see you again. I'll be like, nice to meet you, man, again. Or I'll be
Nice.
like,
It was
to meet you.
nice to meet you again. Nice to see you again.
No, I know. That's,
Meet.
I've been corrected by so many people on that. So when I hear something like, I believe, like if say you and okay, perfect example. You were there with me and Marcus during that comedy night. You had met Marcus there for a brief second, and then you and Marcus met again, right? So
Yeah, but I didn't
believe-
know it was him when I said nice to meet you.
No, but I can say I believe you two have met each other. And that's a home run.
No. In that situation, to clarify that mix-up, you wouldn't have said, I believe you two have already met. You would have been certain of that fact. You would have said, you guys met at the fucking comedy night.
Yeah.
And had it happened yesterday, you would have
I
said...
believe you're looking for this?
You would have said, and you met yesterday. It wouldn't be, I believe you two have already met. It would have been... Because that's a statement of you are affirming the previous meet, which is knowledge you have come across, which is knowledge you have come about. It wasn't first-hand knowledge.
but
I was there when it happened.
It's like
I was there when you guys met.
But
I believe is a thought. It's a belief. It's not substantive. It's not rooted in personal experience. It's knowledge. You're confirming knowledge. He was there.
Yeah, but I think it's also just
You guys
like
met yesterday?
I believe you guys were hanging out yesterday.
Well, no, he was there. You guys
but
met
you guys
yesterday,
were.
but he didn't believe he was there. He knows it.
But that's not the word. Like you're very focused on the word.
Well, I'm
believe.
focused on the word because it's a good line,
Yeah.
right? I say, when I was ranting,
it's a line.
It's a line.
It's a way of saying things.
It's a way of saying things, but you wouldn't say it in this moment. It's not what you would say here. It doesn't make sense to be said here.
Okay. So the line is, I believe you two have already met.
Yes.
Right.
My wife. Here's my wife. Here's my. Was it his sister or his daughter? The other girl. Whatever. Here's thing one, thing two.
Yeah.
You've met. That's not meant to be derogatory towards women.
Yeah.
You've met. You've met my wife, and I believe you have already met my daughter Sylvia. And Sylvia, who you've met yesterday, and you've met Sylvia, right? And I believe you two have already met. Doesn't work.
So
doesn't make sense.
I am willing to say the exact same thing between like a mutual friend of ours who already knows that you and I know each other, right? Or like you know somebody and I know that they know that I know that you know each other. But I can, and then like.
But that's not through personal experience. That's knowledge.
No, say personal experience, right? I will find a shared experience with you and somebody where I am there, and then come be like, and even if it's like you introduce me to him, I will still be like, oh, I believe you guys already know each other. Yeah.
So could we think of a potential scenario where it might make sense to say that? Probably.
Yeah.
I don't think
Exactly
it would make
what I'm
sense here
saying.
with again, super rich dude. But
You see, rich people talk weird.
English is my first language. No,
Well,
I'm kidding.
exactly.
I'm
And
kidding.
you're so
I'm
wrong.
kidding. No, I don't want to take the point out. I feel like, are we splitting that point, or is it going to me? Because I don't feel like you would. Do you want to take the point?
No, I'm gonna.
I'll ask you. Do you confidently think you won that point?
No, because English is my second language, and I just told you. Sometimes I'll see people again, and for some reason I just say, "Huh?" Well, too late, man.
But I do think you're wrong.
Terrible
All right,
human
so,
being.
so what are we at now? Is it 4-3?
4-3.
That's 7. 4-3. All right. Heated ocean. Prove me wrong.
Take it. I don't even want to get into heated ocean. Okay.
You were so prepared for this list when I was ranting.
Because I don't think it was a heated ocean. Like, if you go on YouTube, you can see, like, the full movie.
Go on.
Right? So, yeah, and that's where I rented it from.
Why was the ocean heated? Now, to be fair, that's a bit of a directed Google search. I'm just getting a lot of stuff about climate change. PSA to the world, we should really get on top of that shit.
Get heated ocean. Wait, why are we against climate change? Because
I'm going to show you a photo of a heated pool. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Heated pool.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to show you a photo of in-time ocean scene. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're just going to look up California ocean at night. How about that? Okay? These 3 things? Okay. So here's a heated pool.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Do you notice something similar between all of these? They all have steam coming out of them.
Okay.
Here is the in-time ocean scene. Does that look similar to you?
Because that's...
And then here is the California ocean at night. Oh, these are gonna be beautiful.
So that's not even in a... So that means it's been shot in a...
In a heated pool. But they were in the ocean. The
they
scene
can't
is
film
of
in the
them
ocean.
in the ocean. Well, yeah, I know, but they could have done it in a not heated pool. They made the ocean heated. Like they didn't, like, there wasn't a Q&A about the fact that, hey guys, they're supposed to be in the ocean and this is very clearly a heated pool.
True. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I
Right.
don't have anything on this. Yeah. That's very clearly.
I mean, come on.
It's like
So,
definitely a heated pool.
Could it have been an infinity pool? Yeah, maybe. But I mean, the body of water that they were in.
Yeah, but it's like an infinity pool that's connected to, like, I don't know. I've never seen a private beach.
Yeah. Some.
I've seen it from a distance.
Well, okay.
But I give you that point 100%. Because I saw that scene, and the whole first 10 minutes, I was pissed about why do they have these glowing green lights under the water? Until I realized that's
Did you really? Yeah. What do you think they did to? I was thinking they maybe used a glow stick. What do you think gave that light? Yeah. Okay. It kind of looked like a glow stick.
Just tape one up on the arm.
Sure. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Nice. You're 5'2".
5'3".
5'3".
5'3".
Damn. Guys, I'm
driving.
Huh?
Driving.
Yeah.
He outmaneuvered a a timekeeper who's been doing this for 50 years.
Okay. He's been doing it
And
for
then
50
he does
years.
that maneuver. I mean, you're just learning how to. You've got some introductory driving. Could you have?
Yeah.
No.
Duh, of course. Have you seen me?
I'd love to see it. And then just the scene where he's reversing and then he spins the car around 180.
And so that's also where I would take points away from the movies because that scene seems a little overstretched. B, the moment the truck passes, where like his whole idea is like, I'm gonna cover whatever cars are coming, and then I'm just gonna show one car and it's gonna hit you, right? So smart move, by the way. Like I think but driving behind, I don't know if you're Paul Walker. But he's doing that. He does have a good enough car that can afford to do that as well. He's doing that, and then he sweeps across. Truck goes. He goes right, hits the back of the car, spins him. He's looking at him. But after that, there are no more cars on the bridge.
He stops. Yeah. There's no more cars on the bridge when he's driving away.
Yeah, there are no more cars on the bridge.
I didn't catch that continuity error.
So it's like clearly, like, it's like everything was filmed, right?
And to my previous point, if he doesn't drive away, he doesn't escape this house. And he shouldn't have the ability to drive away. So this thing changes, the movie falls apart. Yeah. So again, believable storytelling. Okay.
I wonder
where
if that's
are we?
Like
do you concede yet?
Huh?
What
Never.
is it, 6-3?
I was born in this hole. I'm gonna die in this hole.
What were you gonna say?
I wonder if that is a theme that the writer had in mind. That everything
Tell
was
the story poorly.
Everything was consequential of an event before, and without that event would cease to exist.
Well, I feel that way about any movie. When I watch a movie, I have that problem with it. When a movie is pretty unbelievable, like the just story of it all is unbelievable. Even just taking Daenerys Targaryen, or just like choose a person. Right? Yeah. It's like, but they're gonna tell the story that was unbelievable. That's the story that gets told through the ages. So what happened that makes sense, right? Like that story, it's allowed to be unbelievable, but it also has to be believable. Like it has to work within the reality of the world. And someone who has never driven before doesn't drive like that.
True.
Right? That doesn't work within the reality of the world. Right, and if the continuation of the story relies on that key element, and it's not a crucial part of his character, right? He's not a getaway driver. It's not a part of his background, right? But if you change that one thing, the story ends.
Yeah.
Right, and so it's like now, and whereas they could have changed the way that scene works. Right, he could have taken her into the woods or fucking something. Like change the way they get away. They're allowed to get away. I'm okay with them getting away, but make it believable. You know what I mean? Like have them drive on the straight road for a little while and then hide in a cabin. Fucking something. Right? That's believable.
True. The chase. He's been 25 for 3 years. He's 28. Will.
Yeah.
How do we find out that he's never...
Well, you don't. So, I thought, okay, maybe he had a job as a truck driver or something like that. Like, he could have had driving experience. I felt that when I wrote this, the reason why I wrote, do you know how to drive? Because that's the quote from the girl. She asks him that while he's doing this. At the same time... and he's like, I don't need to know how to drive. And I was like...
you kind of do, man. You're in the car.
And this dialogue happened like 2 seconds after I was asking myself, where the fuck did he learn how to drive? Then they have that dialogue, and then I say to myself, but where the hell do you learn to drive like that? Like, so it's so many of these things. Okay, so it's 6-3. The car crash.
Yeah. Oh, that's just a production fault. That just that's yours. A big, I think, production blunder. That's what I think. What I was also reading about the film, that the I think the production coordinator, no, the stunt coordinator, or the guy who manages that. I think he's got like a good reputation. So from what I was reading, was like they tried a couple times, didn't work out, but to have that in the shot, I think pretty bad. Um, but something overall, because I think I've really enjoyed all these questions we just got through, right? Because these are exactly the things that gets me to watch a movie again, or to really be like, okay, this was a good movie. You know, when you hit all the check marks, like, oh, I didn't really have anything I want to complain about, right? That's when you get a 9 or 10 or 10 on 10. That being said, the resources used to make a project like this, I think it's quite risky project, like the story and everything, and I don't think it's
why they stole it from someone else.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh, so is it stealing if it's already stolen?
It's a good question.
Great line as well.
Well, I feel you know the channel CinemaSins?
No, what's that?
Oh, anyone or two people watching, check out CinemaSins. My favorite. Shout out to that guy. He breaks down a movie. He takes a movie, does like a 20-minute review, and is like everything wrong with this movie in 13 minutes or less, or in 20 minutes or less, and then he'll go scene by scene and just point out every single fucking error and loophole he can find in it. And we'll go and watch, if you're down for 10 minutes after this, we'll watch the everything wrong within time, and you're gonna go and watch all of these. Yeah.
I love that. I mean, that guy is doing what we're doing in like 13 minutes. Still watch us. We're also fun.
and just very, very well made.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on.
I have a similar guy actually. I watch this guy, like, I think he's called the green screen guy, and he just does like he takes stills of movies and then turns on like I think the green light filter on it, so it just shows everything that's green, and then it pops out all the green light.
Oh yeah,
and
no
then
kidding,
it shows like this is green screen, and this is somebody holding the character and everything.
Cool. Like very well done. And so probably just a lot of like sci-fi and CGI movies, eh? Yeah. Awesome. Have you seen any of those, but in like a movie you wouldn't expect to see it, like something like, I don't know, like Schindler's List, or in something like, you know.
Yeah, Jews aren't real. I wonder. No, but it does. I'm trying to think. Usually, it's pretty evident when you see a movie, like at least now, and I think that's also kind of like a curse, because I fell in love with movies growing up because I saw movies like this one, right? Because as a kid, you learn a nice life lesson about time, money, duality between poor and rich, right? So if you're trying to get your kids to like learn something, maybe don't hit him.
All right. 7-3. I knew you would learn it in time. That's 6.
And maybe show him this movie. You know, I think films are a great way of education, and movies like these that are just like, you know, designed to talk about, like, you know, growing up, did you ever have the storybooks? There's like the crow putting the stones in the pot so the water would rise. It was about
not that one, but you know, childhood folk tales type of thing. Yeah.
Right, and they were like, "Oh, the moral of the story
Yeah,
is,"
yeah,
and the
yeah,
teacher
yeah,
asked you to write a paper on it in 6th grade, and like, Mom, Mom would hit me.
I don't know why Winnie wasn't wearing pants.
That's, I mean, honestly, as an adult, he didn't need to.
Amen. Well, you probably should around your friends. So we I had one other one here, which was I already bitched about the rich girl in the ghetto. Okay, so you were very confident at the start of this. How do you feel now, punk?
Bullied. No, but very fair and just. I think I accept my defeat here.
Graciously.
Yeah, and I got nothing to add. I just lost, and I feel bad about it. I'm cheesed.
All right. Well, now that we've spent time ripping the movie to shreds,
can I add one more question to that?
You can.
I just read it. Do you think? Because you know how everything is consequential. Do you think the relationship? That was your question. Oh, that's so funny. I did have that question too. Like, do you think that relationship... Oh, no, you had that one scene, but the relationship between Sylvia and Will was a little bit more over-exaggerated? Or
how?
was it...
Over-exaggerated how?
I don't know, you get kidnapped. You're like, yeah.
Well, no, there's a psychological term... where you end up like empathizing and like falling for your captor. It's a.
So are people just watching murder mysteries?
Stockholm syndrome. Yeah. No, so I felt her story completely believable, right? Like, and that's a thing where it was like it wasn't that. The reason why I came to your side for the poker scene is because you defended why he ended up at the highest stakes table. I was like, okay, the fact that it was this guy, like, that's a little forced, but even so, it's going to be someone, so that it was also maybe just a little bit of luck. Okay. Yeah. I would like to see maybe what this movie does, or like what path he follows if he doesn't just strike gold right a fucking way on his first 2 days in the city. But I found that relationship incredibly believable. You've got the sheltered girl, you know, this man who she becomes fixated with, all of a sudden showing up in her life. She follows him, then she shows up at the poker table and he's there and he's taking money from the fucking father, and like the fact that she invited him to the party was very reasonable, and so he goes and he finds her the next day, and like that makes sense, and you know she has this commentary with him about she wants to live, and so all of that is okay. And then, like you said earlier, she gets her time taken. Now she can relate to him, and so now she empathizes him, and he saves her life, and so now it's like, oh shit, the system's fucking broken, and we're the enemy, and let me get back at my dad, who's always been my enemy, and so yeah, fucking great job.
Okay, I agree. Yeah, I guess I just created a point to lose.
All right, so I win this one. Now I had one other. I wanted to give it just a little bit of credit because I had a set of great lines, and then our whole system broke here. So we're gonna jump into our ratings and round us off in a minute. But I wanted to give props to some lines. Don't waste my time. When he writes it on the window, it's a great line. Just a great line, clever.
That was actually pretty nice.
When they get caught at the motel and they're being chased, and then they're running through the hallway, and then they break into a door, and it was a very quick scene. It happens in like 2 seconds, and they break through the door, and she goes, "We're trapped." And he's like, "No, we're not," and takes a chair and throws it through the window. That was like, that's great. Yeah, sure. Best line in the movie, probably Darwinian capitalism.
Darwinian capitalism. That's the dad?
I think it's the dad at the poker table. I think he says that. Right? Survival of the fittest. Yeah, because he references that later when they're robbing him. And I just thought, like, Darwinian capitalism. It is the survival of the fittest, and the fittest are the ones with the most time. And so it just like it really. I thought it was a very clever line.
Rich people are also like so open about like their wives. Like, hey, yeah, you can teach her tennis.
I think I don't know if people are open about it, but I think it's like more acknowledged that it's not necessarily a marriage out of love, and so things like affairs are
the
more
peanuts
common of happening.
sign. It's more open.
Yeah.
Open relationships. Polygamy has gone much bigger.
Through the roof.
Yeah, through the roof.
Yeah, man. Would you ever do it?
No, I cannot. I can't have the anxiety to like one person, like two at the same time.
Yeah. I know
I'd rather cheat. But
I'd rather cheat. No. No way. That's a good line, though.
Okay, favorite scenes.
Favorite scenes?
My favorite one was the strong arm game in the hotel room. Yeah,
I was thinking that. Yeah,
that was pretty. And then when he gets the gun.
Yeah. And well done.
It's also so nice because again, I think it's like I'm not sure. Maybe it's Alfred Hitchcock who started as audience, but the character in there doesn't know. Like say you'll
like
see
an aside.
Like you'll see like a ghost that's gonna come and about to kill the person, and as an audience you see it, but the person on screen doesn't. And so the same way, it's like he tells his technique of beating people at strong arm, and then he gets the chance to actually do it, and then exactly uses his technique that I wait for the last few seconds and go whoop. And then in the panic, and you can see the guy like immediately panic because he can't turn it on.
Yeah. And the whole his whole crew is like, this has never happened before.
What do we do? And then he takes. Oh no, he has a gun
in his ankle. Yeah.
For the longest time, I had what's that effect when you think the Mandela effect? So close. But Mandela effect where I thought he had pulled out the gun from the person.
I thought he had, going back into this, because I saw him holding the gun there. I'm like, he steals the gun here? Does he have one? But then he had his own.
That's what I was like, how does he get this gun? That makes more sense.
Well, I love. It's kind of foreshadowing, right? When they teach that, they make a ton of references, and it's like, well, this is gonna come up, right? And they pulled it off
at least
well.
One game.
So I thought the scene where the mother dies was really good. I just thought it was like a really heavy hitting scene. I was like, that's a strong scene. It's a rough scene.
Yeah.
I think I just really enjoyed the cop chase, like Cillian Murphy just like chasing them. Like it wasn't the most amazing scene, but he's like, nah, he's not gonna jump out of the window and just like, fuck. It's like they're shooting at each other on the roof, and he just like keeps chasing her. It's like unfucking believable. It's just trying to get away. I thought that was pretty enjoyable.
Even like, so I think characters like the timekeeper, I think are what teach me empathy for some reason. Because I look at this guy who's been on the force for 50 years. That means he's also been 25 for 25 years, pretty much. Give or take. Huh?
70. He's 75 years old.
Oh yeah, he's 75. Oh yeah.
Assumedly. Assuming he starts at 25.
Right.
We don't know that. I mean, he could have had a life or whatever.
So that's okay. So he's 75. So say whatever age he is, it's more than I would want to do it. He's doing this job, and I'm pretty sure like he's not happy to do it. Right? He shows a lot of remorse too, and there are glimpses where I see where it's like this is just the best I know what to do. I know this sucks because I came from the ghetto,
Hmm.
and now that I'm here, my job is to be the timekeeper,
Hmm.
and in all my principle, it's just that, and that really like always like characters like those like really take me time to because I don't think that guy's job is easy.
No,
Mm.
no. Go on.
And he also holds up really well against the rich dad, where he's like, okay, how
Mm.
much money do you
Mm.
want? So it's not like he's doing it for money either,
Mm.
right? So it's just like having like those strong principles always stay for a character and always have like a lot of empathy and like
Mm.
feel like, okay, this is, you don't know what other people are going through just because of something they did, something they
Mm.
said. If you're willing to, completely ostracize them for it, I don't know. So I think that is like, yeah,
I agree. I think like the background of his character is one that makes a lot of sense. You know, this I assume is he escaped the ghetto, and I assume this is the avenue he took to like
yeah,
take care of himself after the fact, and that came with a cost, which is doing these things that like he maybe doesn't agree with at his heart, but it is what he does, and you see it in his face. Like you see that remorse when he's at the end. He's like, but I keep time. That's my role. That's what I do. His purpose in life then came to be, um, his purpose in life was then about. He said, I've spent 50 years of my life doing this. I'm not gonna watch that be undone. Right, and so his purpose was then to just be the timekeeper. Right, he had accepted his lot in life,
yeah.
and so that's why he's not going to accept the money as ways. That's just his thing. So we've got scenes. I think those are good scenes.
No, we already did the poker game. How much would you rate it?
So I because there's so many things I dislike. There's the quality I think the movie has,
Yeah.
and then there's my enjoyment factor. And I don't think quality deserves over a 70, but my enjoyment is over a 70.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 70. I'm gonna give it a 69.
Nice.
Gonna give it a 68.
60, yeah, almost nice. Okay, 69. So that's like 6.9, 6.8.
Yeah.
6.8.
Not a great movie, but worth a watch. Recommend to a friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I think definitely recommend. I think at a young age, watching a movie like this can be very helpful. I give it a 6.
That's low for you.
Yeah,
That's low. You love this movie.
yeah, but
Is it because were you at an 8 before I
lost 8 points.
decked you on the sheet?
I really thought this was a good movie until I started talking to you.
Until
Like, it's kinda
you
not.
had someone who was paying attention.
No, there are like significant flaws from it. I won't take away the fact that I did have more fun than I think some people might watching this movie. And so just keeping that balance, I think I've kept it at a 6. But 6 is not bad. Holman Watson was 6.
You gave wow. You put okay.
Right.
I'm actually that is the first comparison to Holman Watson I've actually been all right with, because I feel like in terms of they play their role, they're equal in caliber, they're enjoyable, but they're not
Good movies.
Wonderfully well done.
Yeah,
Yeah, they've got
they're
problems.
good movies. They're not great.
Yeah.
Right? They're not like
Yeah.
cinema. They're like, okay, I had 1.5 hour free this weekend. I didn't have anything to do. So instead of, I don't know what people do these days. Let us know.
Yeah. Good and enjoyable.
Yeah.
Good and enjoyable.
I think this is definitely worth it. Especially like if you have a long weekend coming up, you get the family together, right?
If you
Watch a
have
movie like this, huh?
time,
Everyone has a family.
if you've got the time for it,
Or the family.
Okay, well,
What else do we have? Craig Armstrong.
what were the words that you just said?
Quang wow.
I'm sorry, what?
Quang wow. Craig Armstrong.
Craig Armstrong. I loved the score. I thought that there was I wasn't sure if it was the same.
Imagine there was a Justin Timberlake song.
That would have been great. Right at the very end, they just go bye bye bye. different group, but yeah, there were a couple classical pieces playing at both the running to each other scenes. The scene when they break into the bank for the first time, they had a really nice, very emotionally weighted classical piece on there.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I've come across a few of Craig Armstrong's like just pieces listening to classical on Spotify.
Oh, nice.
And I've added them. They're wonderful pieces.
He's a Scottish composer.
Is he? Yeah.
I can't do accents.
You can hear it in his voice when he sings.
But Scottish guy.
Bad joke.
And always does what do you call it? Only instrumental choreography, like orchestral choreography.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll find that with a lot of these, with a lot of like composers, people like John Williams or something like that. Yeah.
But usually in films you get like more somebody who's like more guitar and bass and piano and like. But okay, class you get.
I feel like most of the composers that I know, I feel like a lot of music, a lot of people who are doing score. Well, there's people who orchestrate score by finding music that matches the movie, and then there are people who compose for the movie. And I find most of the time when people are composing, they're composing like instrumental. They're composing orchestral music or instrumental music, but not always. Sometimes they'll make it. Take fucking Moana. I mean, they've got someone writing all the songs for that, a musical or something like that.
I don't know what happened with me and Disney. I used to love watching like the Rapunzel movies and all. Used to be like
Tangled. Tangled's a great movie.
Man, they used to be so nice, and I don't know what happened.
Tangled.
And it's not like
You grew up.
No, I still go back and watch Cars.
Yeah.
I go back and watch Toy Story.
I saw that for the first time a couple years ago.
We should do Wall-E.
Oh, a hilarious movie. I saw it like 3-4 years ago. I didn't know it was a comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, but it is a funny fucking movie. I really laughed my ass off at Wall-E.
It's like, wait, Wall-E's a comedy?
No, well, after
But
watching
it
it,
makes you laugh a lot.
I really was laughing a lot when I watched
It's like pretty
Wall-E.
dark, man. Like, you're like, dead to humans.
Well, honestly, it's pretty believable that we might end up there. Like not end up there, but in terms of a society where people are like
people, that movie, from given what it's time, you know how movies were like, oh, we're gonna have flying cars, but then what we have is like the Cybertruck. Similarly, when movies are like in the future, everybody's just gonna be lazy and fat. Look at us now. Like those 2008 to 2012 range of year of movies, they really nailed that.
Who do we replace?
Characters.
Will Smith. Fucking Justin Timberlake with.
Prince
Can
William?
we replace him? Everyone else is fine. I don't love the father, but fine. Everyone else I thought was totally alright in the movie. I would like to see who we replace Justin Timberlake with.
Justin Timberlake.
Andrew Garfield? I'm just associating Social Network. I don't think Andrew Garfield has this.
No.
He's
the
not
swag.
But suave. What's the plural of suave? Suaveness, suavity.
Yeah.
He's not suave enough.
Suave enough.
Yeah.
I
There's got to be a
totally
word
agree.
there. I want another word.
Like. Yeah, Andrew Garfield. Yeah, he won't fit in.
What about a way more badass version with Tom Hardy?
Bro?
Right.
Bro, I had Tom Hardy written down, but I cut him off.
Yeah.
Because I think Tom Hardy would have made too good of an actor.
Yeah.
And I put Jamie Foxx. in here as like a nice, fun character who would kind of have his like own pizzazz and zoom. And I think like
No.
I don't know if you've seen like his recent what do you call it? Uh, recent like those I guess like Netflix original movies like Force and all, where he's just like this like action movie.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Did you see the one where he's a vampire hunter?
No,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
yeah,
I don't think Jamie Foxx. I think Jamie Foxx is too. The word that comes to mind. I don't want to say serious, but kind of too heavy. Like just too real. Like
Jamie Foxx?
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, Jamie Foxx is the lightest person ever.
But he's really heavy when he's light. You know, like in a way, it's like, he plays being light so well that it's just like he is on the extreme. Like he it's not shitty enough.
Yeah.
Like he's too good.
So, you've seen Horrible Bosses,
Yeah.
right? Horrible Bosses when they hired the hitman.
Oh yeah, motherfucking Jones.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. Like he's too like he's so powerful in that.
Exactly, and I think for me, I thought that like having characters like Will as somebody who's like, oh, Will seems a little bit uncertain at times.
Yeah.
Where Jamie Foxx wouldn't.
Yeah.
But he might still do exactly the same things, like get in a car, drive away. I don't think there's a good.
But do you see Will like? Do you see Jamie Foxx like in that scene? Jamie Foxx is going to be hard. You know, he's going to be serious. He's going to be determined and motivated. And when I picture Jamie Foxx, he's too strong. He's too good. He's it'd be a different vibe. This is a little too light-hearted for everyone's 25 and we're just too poor, too rich.
Yeah.
You don't have to agree with me. Jamie Foxx can be your. But what about like? Miles Teller again now.
Miles Teller again. No, not with this.
No.
Not with this. Who else?
Who's another like?
But Tom Hardy was actually my first choice too. When I saw the movie and I got having Tom Hardy would be so kick-ass.
What about Robert Pattinson?
He's still good looking. He would be on the rich side. He's still good looking to be poor. Like, oh man, I get so jealous sometimes. Like, what the fuck?
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Jake. Yeah. I can see him doing it. Like a younger Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, like a coming up, like a little more goofy, a little, yeah.
Or you know who, the guy who's the host in Glass Onion.
Oh, yeah, from Fight Club?
Yeah! I don't want to talk about it because that's the rule.
Yeah. What about? I think those are all good choices. I think we can. I think that's satisfactory.
Cillian Murphy. I just had.
Never
Tom
get rid of
Hiddleston.
Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy.
Oh yeah, Loki.
But Cillian Murphy, man, I cannot tell you. Like, I think the first time I saw him was in Batman Begins. Batman Begins as Scarecrow. And since then, I have never been more fond of an actor on screen.
Really?
To watch. He's just like, he's the most nonchalant person I've ever seen. Just like, and if you like his interviews in real life also, like people are like, hey, you've been like a meme for the last years. Like, what's a meme?
What's a meme? Yeah.
And it's like, okay. That's where I want to be. I want to be so disconnected and just like focus on like, I'm just going to give banger movies, make awesome TV shows, be a great actor. But I don't want to be a superstar.
He's really old too.
Yeah.
But he had never made an impact on me as an actor really until like Oppenheimer, but more so Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
He really carries that. Thomas Shelby.
Yeah. Oh my god. Anyway, okay.
Perfect jawline. Amazing. Where did you watch the movie?
Where do we watch the movie?
Where did you watch them?
Where do you think? I paid for it legally
For it.
through my service.
No, it's
The services it shows on.
It's available on YouTube for free. If you just Google,
Is it really?
like, it is literally somebody's like, somebody like. So this movie won 2 copyright issues. So yeah, essentially, somebody just like recorded it and changed the sound bars, right? Because the way they track copyright is when they go through the waveform, they'll see
It's
what
the same,
waveforms
yeah,
are the same, and then they'll investigate more search bars and more search bars, and then basically they've added breaks in the sounds, so it breaks that search bar, and at the end of it, there's just a video game that plays along.
Yeah, no shit, is that really?
So it's like, it's pretty crazy. It's like when people go on Twitch and just like, yeah, this is the game.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's like broadcast, like they'll take a PlayStation controller, put the game on the TV, and then just stream it.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Okay, I've seen those.
And it's like, okay.
Well, there's
if you have time.
theoretically websites out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
We always pay for them legally.
If you can, go watch it on the cinema in 2011.
Support the artists.
Yeah. I've heard that Heated Oceans turn back time.
Oh, I'm done. Okay, that's it. That's it. We call it.
And that's our time. You've been listening to In Between the Scenes. Got a film you want us to break down? Drop it in the comments.
If you liked this episode, don't waste a second. Follow the show, rate us 5 stars, and keep us on your watch list.
In Between the Scenes.
In Between the Scenes.